In my estimation, one of the top 1% of water feature builders in the world. His designs are flawless. He's just an amazing artist. But when he gets here, this is what he creates.
Part of it is just trying to dry out some of this dirt. So mixing in some of this dry soil with some of this wet stuff gives us a little bit more traction. So we're just gonna keep digging away. It's great that it's sunny and it's allowing this to all happen, because if it was raining today, it would have been pretty miserable. Still having to build this side up about 18 inches over here just to get the water level close to where your tea house is gonna be at. Then we have to put a massive retaining wall over here.
Brian understands the vision. I love Japanese landscaping. I love Japanese koi ponds. Obviously, we're gonna have koi in here and swim with them. Water's only gonna be 4 feet deep. We don't have kids. We're not planning on having big swim parties. My wife really just wants to float on the water. As we get older, we can, manage to get in it safely, because this is going to be our retirement home now that we're going to do the home renovation. Level there in the pink, same over here. And this area is going to be starting right where he puts that stake, about 4 feet down. And over here will be 2 feet. So we still got a lot of digging to do.
So I don't want to put the bottom of that boulder in 4 feet of water, because then we would need a pretty massive boulder.
Yeah.
Probably bigger than what that machine wants to do. So right now we're looking at a boulder that's something around 18 inches tall, but just a ton of girth. The boulder should look so big that it was easier to notch into the boulder than to move, to accept the post for the pergola, rather than move the boulder and figure out a footing. It's going to be stronger than any concrete footing we can put here, especially when we have water all the way around.
These are the reasons why I'm paying Brian about $5 an hour to come here. How about a little scope for you? Already 6 feet tall. So you can see the wetness of the ground. Look how much he sank. It's just really, really soggy down here. We are working on a Sunday, believe it or not. Really not a lot I can do on the project right now. I'm workless on a machine. Unlike Brian, who's very skilled and does a good job. Kind of looks like World War I trench warfare back here.
Well, you're old enough to know that, but I don't.
No, wait now.
One of the challenges you have with your backyard is the same challenge that a lot of people have in their backyards, and it's just the access. Yeah. And so with such a big pond, you're generating an enormous amount of soil and there's no place to put it. I think it makes people realize what goes into building something like this. It's not as easy as just digging a hole.
Here's what we've done so far. Tore out the old pond as you remember it. We're gonna fill that in and then build a new one there in that general vicinity. When they built this house back in 1991, they buried some of the construction debris there. So you can see where Brian's unearthing some of that. There's some wood in there, soda bottles, trash. So between Brian, myself, and Jorge Castellanos with California Aqua Pros, we've designed this pond. And now we've made some changes, Brian and I. We're gonna have a waterfall going down some of that slope, but it's gonna be very narrow. And so it won't create much noise, hardly any at all, when it hits the surface of the pond. Right now, it's easy to appreciate, the curves and everything. So I'm loving the shape of the pond. It's really cool. I've been taking these back end rocks of the old biofalls to the old pond, getting those out. Transplanted a Japanese maple, and we get a lot of shade in here because of these trees. So we're still gonna have shade. I got rhododendron. I'm so thankful we don't have to transplant those. We're gonna keep these evergreens over here. Yes, they may need a little pruning, but they provide us excellent privacy back here. And this trench right here is for 4-inch corrugated pipe. We're gonna run power head pumps for better circulation to push that water toward the intake bay, which will be over there. We'll also use a Pro 60 aerator from Aquascape. Put in this area and get some further aeration for the fish. Welcome to Hoaglandscape headquarters. Today is a big day, and let me show you what's going on. This is the pond. The guys have already installed the underlayment, working on it, and we're getting ready to put the liner in soon. Had some more rain last night, but look at this. Brian laid out a trail of the underlayment to help us get through the mud. Fantastic idea. Two friends here. It's been a big collaboration nation project. I've got my friend and mentor. He hates it when I call him a mentor, but he is, whether he likes it or not. Dave Blocksom. He's from Pondscapes of Charlotte. Great to have you here, Dave.
Great to be here.
Brian's here, and my old foreman, we call him Benedict Arnold because he's a traitor. Nah. Nah, he's my buddy. Adelaido, he worked 4 loyal years with me. Great friend. He's got a very successful business. What brings you here today? Why'd you want to come?
I just want to see my friends and my co-workers, all ex-co-workers, and I just want to see how the professionals do it.
Well, tell me about 2 of those crew members because you know them pretty well.
Well,
how are you related?
One is my older brother, and which is
his name Gordo?
Gordo, that's his name, and David, which is my nephew. It's been great to see everybody again and working with everybody again.
Good. Well, welcome home.
Thank you so much.
Check this out. Because of our already outstanding crew plus the outstanding help we have, we've got the liner in. It took like 10 minutes. Now, of course, it'll take longer to get all the folds out, but outstanding job. Weathered limestone boulders are here, and I hope y'all appreciate the Brett Michaels look today. I don't like poison though, but we still rock at Hoaglandscape. Now let's go see those boulders. 24 tons of mossy loveliness. This rock is incredible. It's always been my dream to build with mossy limestone boulders. This comes from Simcoe in Missouri. Easy to build with. So did you go to Missouri to get this load or out of Illinois?
This load come out of Perryville, Missouri.
So how many days have you been on the road to get here?
Oh, I just picked it up yesterday.
Wow.
Yesterday morning. I got news for you. I'm faster than speed test.
How challenging was that to get into the neighborhood?
It was just getting the right angle.
Yeah. So you didn't destroy any lawns along the way?
No, I didn't tear nothing up. I figured I'd wipe out that one mailbox, but I missed it by about that far.
Wow.
I said, sweet.
That's called professional, folks.
Yeah.
The very first boulder that's going into the pond. And Brian didn't even trust me to pick that one out. Man, it's hard, man. Come on, buddy. Hey there. There she is. There she is, folks. The first rock. We're still working in soft, muddy conditions, but look at all we got accomplished yesterday. We're gonna have 3 power heads over here, pushing the water in this direction toward the intake bay. So today, the goal is to get the intake bay in and the stepping stone set. We get that, we'll be able to roll and rock in the rest of the pond tomorrow. Got our stepping stones set across the water. Gonna be just at about water level. And the guys are digging out now for a huge stone that's going in. So we don't have a square look for the intake bay. Dig it out a little bit and put it Today we made great progress on the pond. Just check out what's the back edge of it. On a terrace, that red clay right there into 2 waterfalls going up to probably the level of that stump. So that'll add another good foot of drop. And the rest of the house and landscape looks still like that World War I trench warfare, but it's going to be a mess anyway. But that's going to be so nice to just chill out and just focus on this area and not be looking at the mess. And we love working in Carolina red clay. I must be the biggest clod in the world because I fell 4 times today. They get pretty slick on the bottom, as you can see. So that hitting the surface of a rock, that's been giving me trouble. A lot of details today. Got the waterfall rock I liked so much and sacrificed a small little quarter-sized hole. But we're going to get water coming off into this void. I'll put some moss in here for details. More moss here to cover those liner joints.
This is what we call little secret falls. A lot of times we don't plan for them, they just kind of happen the way the rocks piece together. But we intentionally set this rock, about 6 inches away from this one, hoping to get a little bit of a tributary coming through here, and then it'll come down and then they'll get another little fall way out over here.
I love the sound effects, but I love your details too. We got some creeping fig in there, we got moss, so it's already giving it that kind of tropical look almost.
Yeah, it'll look nice because we'll get a fall there and then a big fall over here. Then we've got your cool one up here with that big rock that you picked out, and then we still got another fall, if not 2 more.
Today was day 10 of the project. We set some amazing, epic waterfalls that I'm looking forward to showing you. But here's a view of the pond from the intake bay. This is the first time I've been able to use the Simcoe boulders, the Wisconsin boulders, excuse me. Look at that. An incredible 8 days.
Yeah, it's been fun. It went by super. We were just talking last night how fast the days were going by. Even today flew. And we got a lot done. We did detail work on the waterfall over there. We got all the way up. We got maybe 1. We might get inspired and do 2 more drops on that side. But it looks great. I love the shape of it. I cannot wait to see it running. I might have to fly back out here.
Yeah, I think I'd pay for it.
Yeah.
It's been hard work every day, but fun work, creative work. My crew learned so much, and we had so much fun with them in the field. Everybody was laughing or having a good time, but being serious and safe at the same time. But I could stay out here for another hour just gazing at that. Brian, thanks again.
Hey,
it means that, my friends.
Woo!
This is what it's all about. It's friendship, and this has been a special week for me. And we're gonna peace out on that.